So what I bought is this. It's an AutoVox reversing camera. Obviously our van is not massive, it's only 5.5 meters long, but like all caravans, there's no visibility on the back of the van. So if you're reversing or you're going to change lanes on the motorway, you can't really see behind you. Now the Tesla, fortunately, has blind spot cameras which face backwards, so I have an element of visibility in my blind spot, but obviously when I'm in sort of busy traffic and I'm trying to pull in and out of lanes for whatever reason, if there's a truck or something in that lane or any sort of vehicle really, I go to indicate to move over. I can only be as confident as I can be that I'm going to be able to get over with the space that I've got. So with a reversing camera, I can be 100% confident there's nothing in the lane I'm going to be moving into, and then I can just sort of move across and not have to worry about it. Looking online, I did quite a bit of research on reversing cameras, and the AutoVox ones came up with very good reviews, and they're fairly affordable. So the model I've purchased is a single camera model with a 7-inch screen. They do a slightly smaller 5-inch screen, but an extra 20 or 30 quid, I decided to get the bigger screen. So this was £149.99, I think, on Amazon, obviously with next day delivery. It's a solar panelled camera, so the idea is that the sun charges it. You can manually charge it, obviously it has a battery built in. I'm not sure how long the battery's going to last, and obviously sunlight in the UK, do we get a lot? Not a lot. In a nice sunny day, probably stay charged. So yeah, be interested to see how that pans out, but you know, we only go on 2-3 hour journeys anyway, so I can be confident that the battery's going to last that amount of time. Now this comes with a magnetic mount, so there's no need to sort of drill into anything on the back of the van. It comes with a plate, like a metal plate, so my plan is to bond that plate to the back of the van using some sort of double-sided adhesive strips, the same ones you'd mount a number plate with, and then mount the metal plate to that, and then obviously the camera will sit magnetically to the metal plate. So in terms of what's in the box, comes in a nice little carry case. Okay, so inside the carry case we have our camera, which is actually heavier than I thought. Apparently it pivots as well. Oh yeah, look, moves up and down, apparently 30 degrees, which should be handy. Got USB charging, on-off button on the top there, and that'll be your magnetic mount on the back. So inside here we have our screen. It's quite a decent quality case actually. It's pretty decent. The monitor won't be on unless rear camera is powered. That is absolutely fine. So that's got a mount here that will sit on the dashboard. I'll show all that set up when I get to that point. And that obviously clips into the back of the mount. And then the actual screen has got this cigarette lighter attachment which powers it. Apparently reading online, when the screen goes off, so if the screen goes to sleep, you can get it to come back on by pushing this button here, which is handy. You know, I'm not going to need it all the time, and I don't want the battery to run down, so that'll be handy to pop the screen on and off. That's going to be the wireless antenna for the camera. It's going to go there. So it looks like we've got a couple of mounts. So that one, I assume you would screw in, and it's going to give you... Okay, so that's probably where you'd screw it to the back of the van, and it's going to allow you to angle it down, and then you're going to have this one here, which is the one I'm probably going to use. I mean, the camera pivots down 30 degrees anyway, so I will bond that to the back of the van using the double-sided strips that you use for number plates, and then the camera will magnetically attach to that. Right, so we're now in the car. I've kind of temporarily lashed up the rear view camera on the back of the car for now, just to test it all out, make sure everything works. The Tesla fortunately has the cigarette lighter slot down there. I mean, it's in this big thing here, so I mean, how easy is that going to be to turn on and off? I don't know, we'll have to see. What does that do? It's doing nothing at the moment, that's handy. Okay, I'll have to work that one out. So what I've kind of done is lashed up the cable behind the screen and sat the screen here for now. And what I've done is I've just put the camera on the back of the car for now, just on the tow ball, just to see it all working and everything's okay. Need to set the time and date. But yeah, so just need to work out where I'm going to put this screen. I mean, it's got this mount on the bottom of it. It's like rubber and flexible, so it would quite easily sort of bond to the contours of this, but I don't really know if I want to put something sticky on this, whether it's going to ruin it, etc. So I may have to work out where I'm going to put that, but ultimately that is going to be very handy when we're going along as a reverse camera. So if I need to go backwards for any reason, whether on a pitch or whether on the road and I've got to go backwards to let someone past, or just changing lanes on the motorway, etc. It's going to come in very handy. So yeah, I will do a bit of videoing once we go away in April in a couple of weeks, and show you some footage of the camera. Right, so this is what I did to attach the metal bracket to the van. I used Silkaflex 522, hoping it's going to hold. I've put the camera on it for a day or so. Obviously not really going over bumps or anything, so not 100% it's going to hold, but it is what it is. I can't screw into the back of that van. I'm going to have to use some sort of adhesive, and the Silkaflex 522 is going to come out with the one to use. So this is the camera. It's a fairly strong magnet actually. I've got to get it lined up, and then yeah, you've got the pivot on the camera. Obviously it's wireless, so yeah, that's what it looks like. We'll see what happens. I bought a little mat for the dashboard of the car, which the screen's going to sit on, sort of one of them dash mats that's not supposed to slide, but again, we will see. Not mounting it to the dashboard of the Tesla, that's for sure, because it's virtually brand new. I don't want to damage the dashboard. I'd rather it slide about slightly than take chunks out of the dashboard trying to get it off later. Right, so there you can see the rear view of the Caravan as it's attached on its magnetic mount. Now, lots of bumps on the way here, and seem to be rock steady, still on the back of the van, so the Silkaflex obviously worked well, which is nice. It's a pretty decent view actually. Not sure what field of vision you've got there, but yeah, it certainly helped when I was reversing onto the pitch. It kind of allowed me to see behind me, to make sure I wasn't going to back up into the fence that's there. I mean, it's obviously not going to make your life perfectly easy in terms of towing and reversing, etc. You're still going to have to use mirrors, still going to have to use your towing mirrors. You're still going to have somebody outside from time to time trying to guide you back, but it does help. It definitely helps. So it was a worthwhile purchase for 150 quid. And yeah, changing lanes on the motorway, that's a lot easier now, because you can be 100% confident there's nothing there as you move across. I mean, in reality, in your mirrors you should be able to see if there's anything there, but anyone that tows is sitting there thinking, sort of in the back of your mind, like, am I 100% confident there's nothing there as I move across? But now you can be, because you can see behind you. It does time out. I think the 240 seconds is the default, or certainly is in mine. Probably going to disable that if I'm honest. Solar charges anyway, and yeah, I mean, I put it on several times throughout the journey, and I still had full battery when I got here after what, 3.5 hours. So probably going to disable the timer and just allow it to run and be on constantly. The button in the Tesla to where the 12 volt is kind of makes me lean down through the center console and push it when I want it to come back on. Not the end of the world, but ultimately, if I could just leave it on permanently, I don't have to worry about faffing if I want the rear view camera while I'm driving. So yeah, all in all, worthwhile purchase. 150 quid off Amazon, and would recommend it.